Hey, Chris out of Washington. This is the boat doctor. He said I'd give you a shout out. Jeremiah said that you watch my videos, and I do it for you guys and myself as well. Just so you can look back, say if you come down here and I take you out for a demo, this is what Marina, I work through them. But there's so much to learn, especially when you got 3 displays, you got FLIRs, you've got your rear cameras, you got autopilots, you got seat keepers. There's a lot of info. You can figure the boat out, but the electronics, there's a lot, and you can't remember that. I don't have a lot of videos on detailed, like on the setups and stuff, how to do this. I do have a few out there, but a lot of people, I don't want to know that. But when they come down, they do. So anyway, when you if you have any questions, you can sometimes look back at the video, and it will show you how I run the boat, what RPMs it did, how fast it went, make sure everything worked, show you how things work. And that's part of what we do at Marina. A lot of places don't. They throw you the keys, they say look it up in your owner's manual. And nowadays nobody gives you owner's manuals. Everything's built in, like this is built in owner's manual. But all this is going to change from what you see here, and this is stock, which Garmin has a lot of stuff that's stock, like right in here. A lot of these numbers I see right here, you'll have those are there. I leave those there because you're on the fish finder, but there's a lot of settings like frequency settings, gains, colors, TVGs, and I set all that stuff, what do you call it, A-scope, aptitude scope, arches. So all that's going to be set. Normally you wouldn't get that, and that's another thing we do. A lot of dealers, there's very few that do this, and I don't know of any that does, but I go out and set this, calibrate, like big units that could take a day, it could take 5 days on some of them to get everything dialed in, like when you're doing the autos and the helm masters and all that. So when you get it, it's pretty easy. Now Garmin's probably my favorite. It's just for our rigging to do it. We got a damn good rigger that knows how to install all these electronics. But Garmin's more user friendly. If you just read it, you can get through it. But if not, you really can't screw them up too bad if you just don't get into the settings. Like go home and go to settings, these right here. There's some of these you can get into, like alarms, maybe my vessels, AIS. But if you get into some of this and you see preferences and you say, well, units, okay, yeah, let's go to here, let's go to statute. So I'm gonna go right here, and that's what I want. But if you don't know what it is, don't touch it, because some of this stuff, if you touch it, you're gonna screw it all up. But at least you can call me and I can probably talk you through it. I do them all, Simrad, Lowrance, Furuno Ray. But Garmin is by far for speed. They're quick, they're built in GPSs, they're real strong, where a lot of them you have to do an external antenna. So anyway, that goes into the electronics, which you did buy here. And you got 86 hours on it, looks like right here. Always check your fuel when the boat's level, not on the trailer, because what can happen, you can have the bow down. Then it's going to show you, which isn't a bad deal, because then it's going to show you have less fuel. But if you have it bow up and you go by that reading, it could show you have 3/4 of a tank. Now you get the boat in the water, you give it a little gas until it levels out like this, then you take that reading, because what's going to happen if you're like this, it's going to show you have 3/4. Now you get it in the water, you level it out, you're on empty, because all the gas is running back to the sender. So that's important. When you store it, always make sure you store it with the bow up. This boat, you're not really going to hurt a hell of a lot in this boat anyway. It does have a bilge pump on it, because it's going to go so high. But if say the bilge pump quit and you didn't have it up, saying you want to make sure you pull that back deck floor drain plug back there. So if you did that when you're at home, you're fine. I mean, nothing's gonna happen if you have the bow up. But if you have it bow down, you could pull that plug, but all that water is going to be coming up here and pooling up until it gets to the back. So bow up. So now I went on the outside, I went around here. Oh, when you're lifting this up, make sure you unzip these to about here on both sides. These are open and this just pops up. You don't want to have these all the way down when you do that, because then it's going to pull on, it's going to pull the window this away from the snaps and stuff right here. So, okay, check the steering. That works. Trim work, and I'll show you this, how it runs when I get in the water. You probably already know. Capacity tag on here. Like I say, a lot of that I could put probably 10 people in this, well, honest with you, and it probably is going to go down about like that. But They're just saying if you put that much weight in it, because they had to get approved through Coast Guard, so if you did, the boat could physically sink. So you just say, hey buddy, you're going overboard. You just keep throwing people out. Oh, okay, we're good. Carry a scale in your boat, have people weigh. Okay, you're out, you're out, you're out. Okay, we're fine. Maybe throw them a line or something. You can drag them through the water or something. Anyway, now the boat doctor is going to get out and go to the line deal why you wanted this video to start with. So I'll get out there and do that real quick, and see you in a second, Chris. Boat doctor out.